Davis here from SD Soundtracks, here to bring you our first installment from the DIY range, starting with the Fantasy Orchestra. What's so amazing about this project and what you can do with it is that you can really, as a creator, build your own soundtrack. You have a choice from 19 different instruments, each with up to 6 different variations. And what's great about these variations, or as we call them systems, is that any one of them would work with each other. So you can, in essence, take horns from System 4 and put them with the strings from System 1. And this works coherently throughout the project, which again gives you, the creator, so many different options and variations and combinations which you can easily mess with and not go wrong. And so you can basically have no, if any, musical knowledge and still create high quality and uniquely tailored soundtrack for your game. And but really, to kind of show you how this works, first I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you really the project I've been working on for the last month. And so if we look here on screen, you'll see well, a lot of colour. But in essence, up here you can see it's broken down into each system. System 1 goes up to there, System 2, System 3, System 4, etc. And down here we can see all the individual instruments. And in essence, what I've done is gone through every single instrument, every single system, and bounced down just that bit of audio. So you have the audio file for that, the audio file for that, actually all the way to there, the audio file for that, etc, etc, with every single instrument. What I've also done is done entire sections as well, so you have the whole string section for each system, and you also have a file with the entire system for each system. Just because I know Unity can be funny when dealing with massive amount of audio sources. So you have a lot of flexibility with either doing individual instruments, sections, or entire systems. And as I said, you can really mess around and mix different things together. For example, System 1. Let's just play through System 1 as it is. Actually, it really goes like that. So with the horn is the actual solo instrument. I've also noted on each instrument what is the solo instrument for each system. Sometimes there are multiple, so again you can mess around a bit. So first off, let's just listen to System 1 as it is by itself. What you saw also there is how well it loops back together. I know we're doing this not in Unity at the moment, but the same principle really applies in Unity, and it's just easier for me to show you kind of the workings of the audio here. So let's remove that horn, which we heard as the main melody, and instead put the piccolo line from System 2 and see how it sounds. So you can already see there how easily everything seems to fit together no matter where you put it or what you do with it. Or you can even break it down and just maybe, if you want, slowly introduce different instruments. But I'll show you that with a demo within Unity. So let's move on from this, for some of you unfamiliar software, and actually go into something you're familiar with, Unity. So when you initially download the DIY Fantasy Orchestra, you will have this one lovely little file here. Within this file, there are 5 files within files. The first 2 are where your audio is, which is the large chunk of this project. You have 2 different ways of really cataloging your audio. One is the actual orchestra itself. So within the orchestra, we have our brass, maybe I want the horns, and you have all your different horns from all the different systems. Great. You also have in each section, so if we go back into the brass, is the full mix for the entire section. So your horns, your trombones, your tuba, all, that section is balanced down in these. And if we go back right out to the orchestra, again, you see the full mixes, which is just exactly what it is, the full mix of the entire orchestra in each system. If we go back out to the DIY Fantasy Orchestra folder, the second one is broken up using systems. So we have all our 6 systems, and we have all the instruments that are in that system right there. So if you just want to catalog it that way, or go about using the audio that way, you can do that. If you're not going to use one of them and you want to save a bit of room, you can easily delete one of these, and you're not missing out on anything. Your third file you'll find here is the creator's arrangements, which is arrangements I have made myself within Logic Pro X, which all are 6 minutes long and loopable. They're all different. You can, even if you want, just stack them on top of each other and see how that works, or one after the other, or depending on your deadlines, if you don't want to mess around with scripting and different bits and bobs, you can just dump one of these in and they will sound great. And again, loopable. Everything you will get is loopable and has been edited in a way that you won't have clicks and should be easily transitioned. The fourth file you'll find is some mixers I have made for ease. If we go into here, you see there's 3 different mixers. We'll actually go to the audio mixers. The first one, the everything, instruments and systems, is literally, you'll see, everything, broken up by system, then section, then instrument. So you can do a lot with that depending what you want. And I've given you different views because there's a lot. You can just see just systems, system 1, system 2. So very flexible, very easy to use. Another one I've done is for the full mixers, where it's just the sections. So if you're just going to use just the section audio, you can do it within this. Or if you want to just use the systems, again, a very easy way. What you can see, I've already made some snapshots. These will be included. I'm going to be using these for the sake of this demo to show you how you can easily create transitions that sound effective. Instead of just going from 1 to 2, because that can sound a bit weird. I've also included the scripts, which is we'll move on to next. If we go back out, go to the projects, Fantasy Orchestra. So the 5th folder you get within this bundle is the scripts. I know when I started with Unity, finding scripts was very difficult, and so I've included 3 very simple ones. The first one being a script you can simply attach to an object that will play multiple audio sources, so you can add up to 9 audio sources onto this. If you want to go into the script and add more audio sources, you can easily do that just by looking at the script. As you can see, it's actually really simple, and what this will allow you to do when you walk over an object or over a trigger, it will play everything at once. The next script we'll go through is this final one here, which is simply when it's triggered by the player, it will change the snapshot on the mixer, and you can also set the time for that. I've explained everything within this script as well. The final script I've included is basically the same as the last, apart from this time when you exit the trigger, it will transition as well. So you enter, it will change snapshots, and when you exit, it will change the snapshot again. That can be very handy when you're transitioning between systems, as I will demonstrate, because if you're using the everything audio, that's a lot of instruments, and if you want to have a smooth transition, basically you bring one system in over the other one and then slowly bring the other out, which I'll show you within a demo, which we'll move on to now. So the first demo I'd like to demonstrate, I'll first show you how I kind of built it. It's very simple. Demo 1. So we have our music. Literally all I did was go into the project, went to Orchestra, and I just randomly picked ones. So System 4, drums, percussion. System 2, melody, piccolo, woodwind. You'll notice everything is in abbreviations, just for ease. Otherwise we're going to have some very long lines. I think they're easy to pick up anyway. And I just dragged all these random ones out. And then I created a mixer. So we go to our mixers, our demo. Simple mixer, named everything after the instruments, connected them up. So if we look on music, there we are. System 4, drums, percussion, drums 4, demo, mixer. And then my triggers. So if you look on the actual game itself, we can see I've spread them throughout the map. We start over here. Well then, when we start, we simply have the harp. And then after that, when we go over the second trigger, it will bring in the piccolo, and etc. I bring in each instrument in different ways. Sometimes I fade some out. I know the second one, I bring in a little bit of flute 5 in System 5, and then the piccolo, as you can see, slowly fades out. So you barely notice it going. And so, let's try it out. Let's see how it sounds. I will leave the mixer up so you can see the transitions. Little trigger here, as I said earlier, to actually play all of those tracks at once. There we go, our lovely harp. You can see the flutes coming in now, very subtly. So move over here. There's our strings and horns. So as you can see, just by picking out how many pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that even 8? No, it's a master. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 pieces of audio, all from different systems. So drums from 4, piccolo from 2, harp from System 4, the full strings from System 3, the full brass from Systems 2, etc, etc. You can see it all works nicely together, and bringing them in and out, you can really create some very unique, very beautiful, very subtle, as well as some very large arrangements with your music. And that really didn't take long at all for me to put together. Maybe to kind of wean out the harsh transitions, maybe half an hour. To create something so simple but so beautiful and so effective. The next demo I want to show you is with the whole, with the everything, to kind of really show off how big you can make this sound. So we'll move over to demo 2. So demo 2, a lovely rocky scape over here. Let's move over there. And so essentially what we have done here is what I was talking about earlier, transitioning from the first system to the second, bringing the second in, and then we bring it out as you exit that trigger. And then as you enter the next, we bring in 3, while 2's still there, and as you exit, System 3, just a little bit of System 2. I found when we completely dropped out the system, it wasn't as nice, it sounded quite sudden, and so we did that instead. So let's walk through that demo and see what happens. Let's walk over there. Give the computer a second, we're not going to activate that bit of audio. We want the bit of audio over here. Here we are. Right, let's play everything. So you can see there how the mixer worked and really how big you can really make that sound. And that in essence is the Fantasy Orchestra. As I say, enjoy, have fun, mess around, see what you can make out of it. A key thing to remember is make sure all of it's playing at the same time. Because of the tempo, it's at 150 BPM is the tempo I composed it in. And so if you're going to use different sounds, make sure they're all playing at the same time, which is why I included that script. But have fun, and I hope you enjoy. There will be more additions to the DIY range in future, but for now, thank you for watching. I hope this has helped. Please leave any comments if there are things you don't understand, and I'll either make another video or write back to you in person to explain different things. If there are any bugs in the audio, please let me know so I can fix them. I am hoping to make more instruments added to this Fantasy Orchestra. I know one you may have seen in the project is the piano. I will be adding that later, so there will be updates, there will be more arrangements. But for now, have fun, I hope you enjoy. That's it from me.